You have an Instagram following of 41,000 people. So I know our women are going to want to hear about how you grew that social media following, that particular following. Were there particular strategies that you used? Did you do paid advertising to get that? What was your approach to that? Was it influencer marketing, partnerships, collaborations? How did you approach that?
Okay, so that's a sort of general, how do I market Studio 10 and get the brand out there? So there's a mix of paid, and we do paid social, so Facebook advertising, Instagram, Pinterest. So we do that. The other part that we do is the sort of magazine, PR, public relations. So getting either me into the press or the products into the press. And it really helps. So anybody who's, and I feel quite passionate about this, you've got a brand and you've got a product range, whatever it is, but you need talking points. It's not enough to have that today. So I always say you need to wrap it in value or purpose or a mission. So if you take my pro-age movement, which obviously I'm passionate about, but it gives me a lot of talking points outside of just talking about the brand and the products. So you want to have different conversation pieces. And the other thing I always say is you can't keep talking to your customers about how great your products are. They want to have a conversation.
It's true, even if they're great.
Yeah, if they're great. And, if you just kept telling me how great your podcast is, I'm like, yeah, okay. But I want the conversation. I want to know your thoughts and your feelings and your views. And I want to form a relationship with you. And it's the same with brands and consumers. And then when you've got a founder in the mix, it's a real living person. So you need opinion, you need thoughts, you need views, you need to put your head above the parapet and have a voice, because that's what connects you with women. So when that plays out in content, so whether it's your Instagram content, if you actually look at a lot of Studio 10s, it's about empowering women. It's talking about the debate around aging. So there's a lot of conversation. And I think content's really important. It's not just about what you do and the products that you design and you develop. And then, so PR, I think, is a really good cost-effective way. Getting really good press coverage, being on podcasts, etc. And they're probably the main things that we do. And then the other part is if you've got customers, especially if you're an e-commerce brand or company, all of those customers have an email address. So for me, everybody, when they're running a business, it's all about sales, it's acquisition, it's new customers, got to get new customers. And I always say you need to put as much effort and passion and energy into your existing customers. So it's about retention. Retention is the new acquisition.
The lifetime value of a customer is an important piece to look at. So let's talk about that for a moment, because with makeup and skincare, do you find, how do you keep loyal customers? Because I'll be completely transparent. I love my little subscription box where I get the new thing in the mail every month because it's new. And it's like it's like a present with a bow on it. And I get to try something new. How do you keep the person coming back and wanting the same thing again and again and again, and not getting trapped by having to create new SKUs all the time?
That's difficult for Studio 10 because, I say these are your core essentials, everyday essentials. You don't need anything else. You don't need, why have a suitcase full of makeup when you only need a small makeup bag? So it's very hard for me to bring in that product development because I've said these 5 products are the core essentials. And then, oh, by the way, now I've decided you need this. So it is that play between newness and I think partly our return customer rate is really high. Our loyalty levels are really high. And I think that's because we have developed products that really fundamentally work. And I have women, there's one or two products where if we ever go out of stock, there's just like, when is it coming back? I can't live without this product. So they do what they say they're going to do. So you don't have to think about, should I buy this product or that product? If I use that product, you just, because they work, they do a job of work, they work brilliantly. So we've got loyalty. But I think where we keep our customers, I don't even like the word customers because I see us as a sort of community, is that we've really fostered that sense of community and belonging. And they are part of this movement because women like to, we're creatures. We like to, not creatures, is a horrible word, but part of the human condition is we like to belong.
When you're ready for freedom, you find the courage to scale, but you don't have to do it by yourself. It can be so much easier, and it starts with you attending the Unstoppable Woman Summit, which, if I do say so myself, is going to be off the charts. Join me this November for an electrifying 3-day virtual event where female entrepreneurs from all over the world gather to learn how to scale their business and unlock the freedom they desire. And a special offer to all podcast fans. Get your seat today by using the link theunstoppablewoman.com/breakthrough and save $500 on your ticket right now. Go grab your ticket and I will see you at the summit.